lives.
Andrew, thank you. As you can imagine, the drawn-out search for a missing loved one can be heart-wrenching.
Relatives of a missing St. George man say they feel that pain every day, especially when stories like that of Susan Powell come up in the news. News specialist Mike Anderson spoke with a man who's been looking for answers years after his brother's disappearance.
Well, you may remember hearing of Stephen Koecher, who also disappeared in December of 2009. Well, his brother lives here in Heber City, and he says even though he fears the worst, he still wants answers.
Stephen Koecher is always somewhere in the back of his brother's mind.
At least once a day.
Though difficult, his family continues to find ways to keep his memory alive.
It's been 10 days.
Back in December, we decided to post one of Stephen's songs that he wrote on iTunes and Amazon.
The single Felt Like This, set to go towards a good cause.
To the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Utah, because he was a volunteer there.
But while it has at times been tough to keep his story in the minds of the public, the pain for family members is always close by.
In my heart, I don't feel like he's alive anymore, because if he was, I would think he'd do everything in his power to try to get hold of us.
Still, Dallin Koecher wants to know what happened. His brother Stephen, last seen in the surveillance video in a Henderson, Nevada neighborhood.
I don't think he would have just left.
The mention of any missing persons case brings back those questions. Today, Susan Powell, and earlier this month, the three women found alive, kept captive in a Cleveland home after disappearing a decade ago.
It makes us wonder, was it going to be for our family? Is it going to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now?
Dallin Koecher continues to tell his brother's story and hopes that a solid lead will finally become reality.
This Susan Powell case has lots more information than ours, but unfortunately, it's much more tragic, I think.
Mainly, it's tough to move on and grieve without knowing what happened and why.
We have this open spot that just isn't in our hearts. This just it's not going to go away.
And Dallin Koecher says St. George police continue to keep in touch with his family. In fact, he just talked with them last month. They say they still have no significant leads, although people have claimed to have seen his brother as far away as Florida and Poland. In Heber City, Mike Anderson, KSL.